With me is Boersma, blockchain consultant at Deloitte. So tell me about your first experiences with the blockchain.
Well, my first experience with blockchain was actually with Bitcoin. At the end of 2010, we were organizing a electronic payment conference, and we'd heard that Bitcoin was a really interesting innovation in payments. So we tried to get into contact with somebody involved in Bitcoin. And at first we thought, like, is this some kind of startup? But then it turned out that it was an open source protocol.
And did you buy Bitcoins yourself? Or?
Yes, we did actually. I and a couple of colleagues actually bought some Bitcoins to experiment with as a payment method. So we paid each other's lunches in Bitcoin, and back then Bitcoin was less than a few dollars.
Yeah.
So afterwards, when looking back, those were actually pretty expensive lunches.
Yeah.
of a few Bitcoins each. So
yeah.
So that was really my first contact actually with blockchain and Bitcoin.
And but do you have any regrets now that you didn't buy more, or?
Yeah, well, you can always say I regret that I didn't put all my life savings into Bitcoin, but yeah, of course, it's really hard to predict the future of something like that. And what I don't regret is actually really, from that point on, looking into this technology and really looking at also the startups and other companies which are really involved in it.
Yeah, exactly, because now you teach people about blockchain almost everywhere in the Netherlands, I could say. So what has changed in those years about the vision on blockchain? Can you
well, in the beginning there was like at that first conference, the core developer that we had on the podium was a guy in a t-shirt and jeans, and he was talking to a whole room full of bankers in suits, and there was a real disconnect between those two worlds. And in the years afterwards, you see that the people talking about blockchain really have kind of become more like business people. So nowadays, people like me who do wear a suit talk to people in suits about blockchain. But when we're actually building stuff, it's still kind of this very much, we want to maintain this startup hacker mentality, and you see that still the developers who are really building the technology are still very much startups.
Yeah, but do you think the gap is closing between the two of them?
I think there's a kind of a closing of the gap in the sense that business and technology know that they need each other here. The kind of mentality has kind of turned around a bit. So in the beginning, it was like the techies who were really enthusiastic, and the people in the business who said, yeah, this is never going to work. Now you see that people in business and even at C-level say, yeah, we think that blockchain is going to change everything and radically alter our business in the next couple of years. And here you see now that the technical people are really kind of saying, wait a minute, we still need to experiment with this technology. It's not yet ready to completely replace all your databases.
Now at this moment they are the more realistic ones, maybe.
Yeah, I think so,
yeah. So and now you're here at the Dutch blockchain hackathon.
Yes.
Why are you involved?
Well, when we were first looking into first we had thought about organizing our own hackathon, and but I know, of course, people like Rutger also for quite some years, and when I heard that he was organizing this, I thought that we really needed to get involved with this initiative, because I really believe in kind of cooperation between different parties to organize these kind of things. Yeah,
because I want to have that very clear, why it's so important that big companies, big corporates like Deloitte join a program like this.
Yeah, because we believe that we really believe in open innovation. So it's not that we create something and then we keep how it works secret and try to sell it. That's kind of the old way of thinking. I think here the important thing with blockchain is that we create something or somebody else creates something, and then you share it with the community because you want to have that network effect. You want others to build on the standard that you have set, or you want to be able to build on the standard that another company has set.
Yeah. So what is Deloitte going to change about the Dutch blockchain ecosystem the next year?
Well, a couple of things. So first of all, of course, we're involved in this hackathon and in lots of pilots with a lot of different companies, and we're really going to shift from the pilot and the proof of concept phase and really start creating services that others can use and that can build upon.
Can you give me an example?
So for example, one of the things that is most concrete is that we want to leverage our knowledge of cybersecurity to do secure key management for blockchain applications. So that because that's one of the concerns, of course, that if you lose your private keys, then you're lost in the blockchain because there's not a central party who can give you new keys. But we have facilities, secure information centers, where we can store these backups, and that's totally kind of separate from specific blockchain applications. So it's really a kind of a building block to create blockchain applications which are safe to use.
And why do you need this hackathon for this process?
Well, what we're interested in with the hackathon is really finding the actual business applications for blockchain, for example, for government or for other industries, where these kind of building blocks are needed. But yeah, you can build all the building blocks you want, but you want to have an actual working solution as well.
Yeah.
And that needs to really come from the people who own the problems.
Yeah. And Deloitte has his own rising stars every year, right?
Yep.
When can we expect the first rising stars in the blockchain field?
Yeah, so
maybe next year.
Hopefully, yeah. It's always we really try hard to really create working solutions, both for our clients and internally for our own business.
But how close are you at the moment?
We also are still experimenting, and we have some things in the works, both, for example, in the real estate area and in the financial services, which I think within a year should have the first real transactions, which are not like just a demo, but really actually value transactions on the blockchain.
And when other big corporates are looking at your talk at the moment, what do you give them for advice to create this optimal climate for startups and for entrepreneurs to work in? What can they do about it?
I think what they need to do is a few things. One is dare to experiment. So not wait until everything, all the technology has been completely proven and especially has been worked out by their competitors before they jump in. So they need to also have this kind of startup mentality and really start working. To also work together with others in this ecosystem, because a blockchain only makes sense if it's cross-organizational, so not just within your own organization, but together with other companies or together with government organizations, and also to really be able to kind of externalize your trust. So using blockchain means that you're no longer in control of your own piece of data, but that it is decentralized across the network. So you really need to make sure that you are capable of really trusting this network, rather than trying to duplicate it again and trying to also have all this information internally again as well, because then it doesn't really work for you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.